then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a treasure hid in the field, the which when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea, and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore, and sat down, and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away.
When we analyze the scriptures and think of it spiritually, we can see the bigger picture and the greatness of the kingdom, how it's going to be, but we still just have a little inkling. We really don't have the fullness. Remember, Yahweh Shah said, it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom of heaven. So what do you think is going to come with the kingdom of heaven? Many benefits. So we have no clue, idea what the kingdom of heaven is going to be like. Specifically, we just have ideas. Some brothers have a better imagination than others. They may be able to draw certain things based off of what we read in scriptures, but to actually grasp the actual glory of it, it would be like the Apostle Paul trying to explain the spiritual realm, where he said it wasn't law for me, and there were not enough words to express the magnificence and the beauty of the spirit world. You see? So we can only speak on carnal things and imagination that we may have of how the kingdom is going to be, but the greatness of it, the glory of it, we don't know yet until it actually comes.
But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutation to the whole leg out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the whole leg, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience, all right, of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Shai. All right, and what I want to get into tonight, pretty much responding to a video, my wife had sent me earlier, while I was at work, and I seen it when I got off, and it hit home because, all right, I don't know if you brothers, you sisters familiar with, the channel on YouTube, Homestead Heart, which, my wife, she watch it pretty often, as far as, just preserving food and, growing little herbs or whatever. But, but getting into it, it really struck me because I'm familiar with the content, that this woman talks about. She, they, her and her husband, pretty much have a farm, where they have different animals. They got chickens, roosters, and different livestock, different, vegetation. She kind of goes into, homesteading. Which, like I said, there's nothing wrong with homesteading, but it just if you think that's all right, just knowing how the homestead is going to get you through these times, that's when it's sadly, mistaken. Like I said, there's nothing wrong, growing your own, herbs or particular things, that's a, pretty much that's something I would encourage if you can do it. You see, but we understand that it's not going to be all right because we got keen homesteading skills that's going to get us through all right these times to come. All right, it's going to take divine intervention. You see, it's going to take help from on high. You know, and we fully understand these things. And well, what's happening in the earth, you know, is the earth, especially in America. All right, and America is slowly, you know, gradually going into chaos. All right, as America is being broken down. All right, the food supply chain. You have the you know, the a lot of people walking off jobs or quitting jobs due, you know, to mandates. You have, you know, a lot of businesses that have been shut down, you know, since the pandemic. You have a lot of people that were middle class that are now, you know, scrambling, you know, struggling to make it. And you have a lot of people, you know, that were used to living a particular lifestyle that had to take, you know, a massive downgrade. And what's happening, you know, people are getting very primitive, you know, especially all right in these bigger cities, you know. So when I was hearing, you know, Miss Homestead, you know, as I call her, as she was going into what was happening in California, you know, this lets you know that prophecy is really settling in the earth because she doesn't talk about things like this. All right, showing you that hey, the spirit of prophecy is heavy in the earth, man. You know, if a brother can post it and Ezekiel 12:2. All right, and this is a token of how, you know, I say prophecy is just finna overwhelm the earth, man, because this content maker doesn't make content about current events. You see, but for her to be speaking on current events, and you can sense the urgency in her voice, man. You know, when she was speaking. Now, um, if a brother can post Ezekiel 12 and 12 and 22 and 23. Yep. Ezekiel 12 and 22 and 23. Yep. So what we understand is we have, you know, matured in the understanding of the gospel is the reason why the earth is finna be, you know, in the state of chaos and violence and death, you know, is judgment from on high. All right. Esau Edom is about to be judged, these heathens, you know, because Esau Edom is at the forefront of this great rebellion against Yahweh by Shemal Shai. And you have a lot of Israelites that are following this man in his rebellion. You see? Now, as the brother put, when you go to Ezekiel, all right, 12:2, this is brother Bayan Yasha. This Ezekiel 12:2 says, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house. All right, and this is speaking to this generation of Israelites that refuse to repent. They refuse to come under a righteous standard. You see, and the Most High is about to break up, you know, this pride that's amongst our people, especially amongst these women, you know, who have been fed this madness, all right, of being Miss Independent. That's why the title of the lesson is Dear Miss Independent, you know, because we're going to go into this thing, man. As prophecy unveils, the independent woman loses worse than anyone. All right. The brother, Yahweh, all right, the brother out there in Hawaii, he made a perfect point. These women out here that have no man at all, they're headless women, you know, they're nothing but bodies. They have no head. You see, they're headless women. And coming into this time, reading on this Bayan Yasha, this is Ezekiel 12:2. It says, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which has eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not. They are a rebellious house. Yeah, because we're on the same earth. All right, we have the same, you know, we have the same access to news and alternative news and different YouTube channels and platforms and apps and websites with alternative news, so they see, all right, and they hear the things that's going on, all right, but it's a rebellious house. They don't care, the masses of people don't care. So prophecy is just finna walk the earth down, man. You see, prophecy is finna slap the shit out of a lot of people, man. And Miss Independent is going to get it the worst. You see, as we're going to watch the video. Now, this is Ezekiel 12:22. This is from the brother Gershon 72. It says, "Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth?" And see, you have scoffers that actually, mock, that we say that we're in the last times, we in the midst, of chaos. The earth is getting very chaotic. People are scoff at that. But see, you have those who, by their actions, all right, that's what they're saying. People who just live life, and think that nothing is going to change. They make decisions, based on this place continue on and on and on. That's them saying that the end ain't here. All right. Because scripture tell us to what, man? All right, be ye ready and make yourselves, all right, pilgrims upon the earth, man. Understanding that, look, we're finna lose, man. They that sell is they, all right, that make no profit. They that plant is they that shall not reap. All right. Saying what? Yeah, we have our day-to-day, that we do, that we maintain ourselves with our different, occupations or whatever we do. But we have to be in the mindset to lose these things at the drop of a dime, because we're in the midst, all right, of prophecy, But you have people with their actions, they move as if prophecy, all right, is not happening, man. Now, when you read Ezekiel 12:23, all right, and can the yeah, I'll get this and then I'll get to the video. All right, Ezekiel 12:23 says, "Tell them therefore, thus said the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect, all right, of every vision." See, the effect of every vision is finna take place in the earth, man. All right. And like I said, the reason, this jumped out to me, this stood out to me because this, platform, was used, like I say, we're talking about homestead, this particular woman, all right, from the channel Homestead Heart, all right, she has a lot of, she has a lot of knowledge, when it comes, all right, to homestead, all right, which there's nothing wrong, hey, we're getting wisdom on those things. You see, all right. Let me cue it up.
You have a lot of neighbors around you. Be careful of even how you're bringing your food in.
With Verizon Business Unlimited plans, you can get 5G, truly unlimited data, and more hotspot data. Because every business deserves better. And with plans as low as $30, better costs less than you think. Visit us in store or book an appointment to save time and money.
Goodbye. Random calls and offers. Hello, bits and spam. But now I can't soak up the sun of peace. Hello, Google Fi. A phone plan that can.
In the house. If you don't know your neighbors,
take it back. All right, so like I said, this is the
goodbye. Random calls and offers. Hello, bits and spam blocker. Now I can't soak up the sun and peace. Hello, Google Fi. A phone plan that can.
I discovered that 8 immortal kings of Samaria lived a total of 241,200.
welcome everybody. Welcome back.
All right. So, like I said, this is a channel Homestead Heart. All right, and she's finna go into what's been going on, with in California, and she especially addressing this to women. And see, it's in the spirit because, like I say, she doesn't talk about these things, man. So for her, to go into these things shows you that the effect of every vision is at hand, man. It's only so long where you can fan away the prophets and act like what's being said doesn't matter. But then there's gonna come a time, all right, when prophecy, all right, it's gonna be in your living room, man. Prophecy is gonna be in your living room, and 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 you Miss Independence are going to feel it the worst, man. All right. So I'm gonna let it play, you know, and I'll jump in and out, in the spirit, and just do a little commentary. But for the most part, I'm gonna let it play.
Back to Homestead Heart. And today, you all, I'm outside wrapping up the chores, but I really wanted to come on and have a quick conversation with you all, with everybody, but especially the ladies, okay? Especially the ladies. Listen, I don't know if you all are aware of this, but in the state of California, there are people following other folks home from the stores. They're not targeting them to get their jewelry, to steal TVs, watches, purses. No. They are following these folks home to steal their food. Yes, to steal their grocery.
All right, and this, shows you that I was like, once again, the accuracy, of the scriptures. If a brother can put Second Ezra 15, y'all brothers know what I want. Second Ezra 15, I'm gonna get straight to the point. A brother post Second Ezra 15. And 19. Yes. Yep. I say, brothers know what it is, man. We in that time, man. All right. The water, brother. This is Yahweh's will and Testament 144, Second Ezra 15 and 19. And it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, which is the modern gun. All right. And spoil their goods because of what? Lack of bread. You see? And for great tribulation. All right. So she said they're not following you to steal TVs, clothes, all right. No, they're following you, or catching you outside the grocery store for what? Because of lack of bread. You see? And for great tribulation that's building up in the earth, man, especially here in America, man. You see? And who's going to be the most vulnerable? All right. When these things increase, who's going to be the most vulnerable? All right. It's going to be Miss Independent. You see?
And it's beginning to become so dangerous that I believe they're trying to develop a task force. A task force for something like that. To try to crack down on that. But I remember reading that across the states, people were watching people who were shopping in supermarkets and would wait for them to come out of the market with their basket of grocery and wait till they get to their vehicles and then try to rob them in the parking lot of the supermarket. Ladies, please, if you all are out shopping, please be careful. Please keep your head on a swivel, okay? Always pay attention to what's going on around you and who's around you, to the vehicles that are around you. Always be on the alert, okay? When you're out shopping, always be watchful. Always be watchful, okay? Listen, if you can avoid it,
And that's why, if a brother can post, Ephesians 5 and 15 and 16. But see, that's why scripture promote, being circumspect. All right, because we are in, these times, man. And the brother can post 2 Timothy 3 and 1. Yep. 2 Timothy 3 and 1. But that's why scripture promote, to be circumspect, man. All right, this ain't time to be lackadaisical, not knowing what's going on. You just out and about, you see, drunk, falling all over the place. No, man, this is a time. All right, this is spiritual warfare, man, and we have to be aware. All right, this is a time where our spiritual attendance should be on high, man. Because one thing about it, the spirit always reveals, when things are off. All right. if your spiritual awareness, is on high, all right, the spirit always reveals when things are off, man. So this ain't the time to be moving in any old fashion, man. Especially in these big cities, man. That are more demonic than ever, man. People are juiced up, all right. People are starving. People are being desperate. You got people that had careers, that had to leave their careers, and there's a lot of people, that's desperate, man. You see, we have to move with that mind frame that people are desperate out here, man. This is brother Wake Up the Dead 144. This is Ephesians 5 and 15. It says, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." All right. Verse 16, redeeming the times because the days are evil. You see, these ain't regular times, man. All right. These people are about to lose everything, man. You see, when you go to it's the brother, all right, the brother Yakanan, all right, GMS Memphis Yakanan Ba, all right, Shalom Akyah. The 2 Timothy 3 and 1 said, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come," and perilous goes to dangerous. You see, and Americans are so used to being so carefree, especially the women, because this society, has propped up, the woman, and put all type of hedges around her where she can do anything, say anything, no accountability. All right. The woman, especially, these single, loose, and just wilding out women, the women in this society, because you can be like you'll be in the club, and a woman will be talking crazy to men, all right, that that you'll be looking like, damn, because here it is, as men, we have a certain way that we, deal with each other just as men in general, all right, just a certain, all right, form of respect for the most part. You know, you got wild niggas out here, but for the most part, you know, men have a certain level of respect, you know, for men, all right. But then this society has pushed where like women, you know, you know, it was a time women just slap niggas, spit on niggas, and you know, and if the man retaliated, it would look as if he was in the wrong. All right, and women have taken that narrative and ran with it, especially all right, Miss Independent, man. But see, the Most High set you women up for failure, man. He set the masses of women up for failure, man. Because the times we coming into, all right, Miss Independent will get the worst end of Jacob's trouble. Guaranteed, she's a weaker vessel, all right. She don't know how to do nothing because the modern woman has been reduced pretty much to nothing but a body. All right. So I'm gonna let it play some more. All right, then we're gonna get these precepts, you know. And the brother can post Isaiah 30, as it 32 and 2 as well, you know. We in them times, man.
Don't shop at night. If you can help it, don't shop alone. If you have to shop at night, don't shop alone. Make sure there's somebody there to watch your back. But try your best to not shop at night. And even in the daytime, shopping in the daytime, always be on guard. Yeah. This is a crazy time that we are living in. That people are no longer, well, I won't say they're not. But when you see people bypassing TVs to come and take your apples and your oranges and your celery and your bell pepper and your onions and your beans and your rice, your cabbage, because that's what they just saw you shop for in the grocery store, and they see you going to the checkout with your basket full of food, and now they're on the phone with somebody outside saying this person coming out. Y'all got to be careful. Y'all got to be on your guard. Don't let your guard down, y'all. This is a crazy time that we're living in, and the prices of food is beginning to skyrocket. The price of food is going up. Inflation, this is real. This is really happening right now. So listen, be mindful. If you live in a suburban area and you have a lot of neighbors around you, be careful of even how you're bringing your food in the house. If you don't know your neighbors, be careful of how you're bringing your food in the house. They don't need to see you bringing in 50 Walmart bags or 50 Kroger bags or Publix bags or whatever. They don't need to see you coming in the house with all of that. Find a way to put your food items in something and take them in the house. But don't allow people to see what you're doing. This world is getting crazier by the day. Crazier by the day. And I just wanted to come on and speak to you all because I am so concerned, especially for women who have to do this alone. If you have to do it alone, you all always watch that rearview mirror. Always check.
And you women that have to do it alone. All right. Now, I'm gonna say this, you know, because we know, you know, there are sisters, you know, that don't have, you know, men that don't have husbands. All right. But see, this is where this is where your obedience now and your submission now is going to benefit you, all right, in the times to come, where you will receive mercy. If a brother can put Hosea, 10 and 13, just to go into that real quick, and like I say, she's giving some advice, be wise on how you move, especially if you in the, a Jake community, all right, it's gonna affect them, them roguish ass communities first, man. But eventually it's gonna be everywhere, because middle class, suburbs, it's gonna be wild everywhere. You see, it's gonna be wild everywhere, but we know, all right, it's gonna get real roguish in the hood quick, because niggas gonna run out of supplies quick. You see, so if you in these, areas with Jake at, man, yeah, be for sure, mindful how you move, mindful what you bringing in. You see, but let's get this real quick, just to address that. Now, Salaki, verse 12, Salaki. I said 13. Verse 12. Because like I said, you sisters, that don't have, husband or men, all right. This is where your obedience, your submissiveness is going to pay off, man, because you're putting yourself in a position to be reserved, for, all right, a men of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, because there's levels to everything, and I'm saying, we're going to expound on that. Now, this is Hosea 10 and 12. It says, sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy, all right, break up your fallow ground. And see, how do you sow to yourselves in righteousness? Because as men, we're serving Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. So when these times come, we can tap into our power source, Yahweh Shai, and a standard can be lifted. All right, you women, your obedience, and your submissiveness now, all right, you're repenting, from that queen of heaven, whatever culture you was into before you came into the ministry. All right, your repentance of that, all right, you're setting yourself up to be preserved by those men. It said, for it is time to seek the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, till he come and rain righteousness upon you. Yeah, so we, all right, are doing what we doing now, men and women. We both have our lots, all right? We both have things that's required of us, but it's to do what? So we can reap in mercy. So even, you sisters that don't have, husbands, your obedience now is going to do what, man? Reap mercy for you in the times to come. All right, the Lord's going to preserve you in whatever way, whether, he links you up with a brother, or whether he just set up scenarios where you're preserved, from this madness, man. But as we're living day to day now, it will be wise for you sisters to move, in a particular way, man. Try to shop at the less busiest time, try to shop in bulk so you ain't got to go out as much, try to buy things with a longer shelf life, so you can have, you a little store plus where you ain't got to be in the midst, of this madness, man. All right, because it's finna get real grimy out here, man. All right, you gonna have to, hey, you gonna have to have some hands to get that pick 5. All right, and pick 5 ain't gonna come as easy as it used to come. No, all right, it's finna be a battle royal, for for them pack of wings, man. You see. But this is for those, all right, they refuse to sow in righteousness, man. They refuse to repent. Verse 13, this from the brother Sathar Allah. This is Hosea 10 and 13 says, ye have plowed wickedness, you have reaped iniquity, you have eaten the fruit of lies. And yeah, that's that misindependent mind frame. I don't need no man. I can do this. I got it all by myself. I just, I got my toy. I got this, I got my own, that misindependent, that's part of the fruit of lies, man. We're not meant to be independent. All right. Men and women was made to complement each other, man. Now, as a man, all right, a man, all right, is suited to survive by himself. All right. He's suited to survive by himself in a time of survival. All right. But as far as nation building, of course, we need each other. All right. And in these times, it's only gonna be a particular men, all right, that's gonna make it through these times, man. You know. But those fruit of lies, you know, the Ricky Lakes and all these talk shows and the music and the R&B and the rap culture that have pushed this mind frame, you know, of what, man, being independent. I can do this, I can do that, and it was all a delusion because you was never independent. All right, you stayed in houses that you didn't build. All right, you drove cars that you didn't engineer. You see, you work in buildings that you didn't build. All right, you live in the country you didn't conquer. You know, so where does independent come in at, man? You see, it was a delusion. You see that? You eat food you didn't hunt. You see, you wear clothes you didn't make. So where is this independent, all right, narrative coming from, man? It was a lie. It was a fruit of lies, man. You know, it said because thou didst trust in thy way, yeah, that mind frame. You know, you trusted in this mind frame that Esau Edom plastered, all right, that he hammered into your head, man. All right. And we in a generation now where your mama hammered into your head, her mama hammered into her head, all right, and her mother might be in order, you know, but we third, you know, it's third going to fourth generation of feminism, so you can imagine, you know, how instilled this mind frame is amongst, you know, these modern day women. You see, but that's why, you know, the Lord allowed, you know, repentance, you know, for the sisters whom He's going to have mercy on, man. You know, now, it says, because thou didst trust in the way and the multitude of thy mighty men. And see, that's another thing. All right. Esau Edom has this police force that's likening to your mighty men because we understand that the court of law is automatically on the side of the woman. You know, when it comes to child support court, the woman is the victim and Jake is the monster. Police get called in the altercation. All right. The man is, you know, the monster, and the woman, you know, is the victim. You see, and women trust in that narrative, man. You know, that they always right and they don't have to be accountable, man. You see? But it's gonna be a long day for it's gonna be a long Jacob's trouble, all right, for Miss Independent. All right, and I'm gonna play this some more because there's one part I want to address too. All right.
Your mirror. See look, were they with you in the parking lot? When you made those two rights and a left, were they right behind you then? See, if you noticing somebody too much in your mirror, maybe you should be driving to the police station and not to your house. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I just want you all to be on guard. Because the fact of the matter is, whether we want to admit it or not, the fact of the matter is the times are crazier. People all over this country are beginning to put in emergency food pantries. Yeah, emergency food pantries. And there are some people who are not doing that. There are some people who's just waiting to see what you got. Okay? So this is not to frighten anybody. This is just to make sure that you all are watchful. Okay? Especially at night. All right, ladies? I'm going to get back to work. Mr. H is here. So happy to see him. So yeah, you all.
Now, if you're familiar with watching this platform, Mr. H, all right, is a husband, and you can see, the appreciation, you know, she has for her husband, man. She said Mr. H is here, and you can hear it in her breath. She said, "I'm so happy to see him." You see, she had that appreciation, man. All right. So I'm just play it again, man. Cause when I heard it, and it's a beautiful thing to see, like I say, a man and woman, they complement each other, man. That's a beautiful thing to see, whether they in the truth or not, just an Israelite man and woman, they complement each other, they ain't at war. All right, as Esau Edom, would love to have it so, you see. But let that play again. Like she seen her husband, she's like, shit, hell yeah. Hey.
Just to make sure that you all are watchful, okay? Especially at night. All right, ladies, I'm going to get back to work. Mr. H is here. So happy to see him. So yeah, you all, that's it. Ladies, be careful out there. If you're shopping, one lady I think had her baby in a stroller, and they robbed her of her food while she had her baby. An elderly lady, I believe, didn't survive an attack on her for food, if I'm not mistaken, just food. People that are purchasing lots and lots of ammunition, even. They're thinking to themselves, well, if they're buying all this ammunition and they got a lot of stuff to use that ammunition with, so let's go case out their house and see if we can, y'all got to be careful. This is a dangerous time that we're living in. I just want everybody to be careful. Be careful how you bring your food in the house, especially if you buy lots of grocery all at once, or if you buy in bulk. Be careful bringing those items home. All right, y'all? Always be on your guard. Okay? That's all I have for today. Mr. H, welcome. You gonna come say hi to the people before we go?
Yes. How y'all doing? I miss y'all. I know it's been a long time. But hey, we finna get ready to get back started.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we've been going through a lot of stuff, but we overcoming it.
Yep.
And we're not gonna give up.
Nope.
So, we starting back up. You're gonna see a lot more videos come out. And I miss my super subs. And we will be back.
Yeah.
And there you have it, man. It's a beautiful thing to see that, though. A man and woman that they complement each other, man. Because of the foundation, of our nation, the family structure, man. Which we've been far removed, from that, And like I say, that misindependent mind frame, that's finna be confounded. See, the Most High is about to prove points in a major way. Like I say, all these other guys, Esau thinking he gonna continue, his wicked empire. All right, niggas, a nigga don't even know what's going on. I don't even why I even mention niggas. Eve with this misindependent mind frame. See, the Most High finna prove points, man, and prophecy is finna slap the shit out of a lot of people, man. But we gonna get this back, man. On the nationwide scale, man. But it begins with the elect, those who are being groomed, for the world to come. All right. So let's get, a few of these precepts. All right. Because when you go to this is Fear Yahweh, 144. this Isaiah 32:2. It says, a man shall be a hiding place from the wind, all right, and the covert from the tempest. And this is talking about the chaos that's coming. All right. That's the wind and the tempest, man. It's gonna be very chaotic, man. All right, very dangerous. A lot of death. All right. Movies don't do it justice of what's to come. You see? So just to have a man, all right, that has some masculinity left, all right, with this effeminate society, you know, you're going to be in a better case than Miss Independent. But even with that, it's going to come a time when the regular man, all right, ain't going to be able to deal with what's coming. And it's going to be a man of Yahweh by Shema Shai, all right, that ultimately, you know, going to be that tempest, all right, in this storm, man. Because Yahweh Shai, all right, he's going to be our covering, our head, you see. And the Israelite man is going to, the Israelite men of the elect is going to be the head, all right, of those women, all right, that's in order, man. You see? And it says, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary wind. Let you know it's going to be desperate times. As rivers, all right, of water in a dry place, you see? Showing it's going to be a time of scarcity, all right? Everything going to be scarce, man. You see that? Food gonna be scarce, shelter scarce. All right. Masculine men scarce, and the men of the Lord even more scarce. You see, brothers, just wait this thing out, brothers. I'm telling you, brothers, just wait this thing out, man. You know, we got all our chips in the middle of the table. We got everything invested into this, man, and it's gonna pay off, man. You know, everybody talking about Bitcoin. Well, you wait to see how the value of the men of Yahweh Shema Shai go up in that day. You know, but we just gotta wait, brothers. You know, we deprived now through, you know, no, you know, phone dry as hell. You see, you know, nobody checking for us, man, through. But it's cool because we know what's to come. And this just the beginning. You know, and it's just the beginning. All right. And then it says, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Yeah, man. And that shadow is what? All right, a form of relief. You see, that weary land, something hot, or in a hot day, you know, it's relief. All right. And then the men of Yahweh Shema Shai will be a relief in their day, man. Because it's gonna be so chaotic, man. You know, a brother can put that in Isaiah, what's that, 13 and let's get Isaiah, I think it's 13 and 12. Get Isaiah 13 and 11 and verse 12. Yep. So, I mean, I think that's it. All right. But what we've seen over these decades, man, is, you know, a lot of women, all right, have been set up to lose. All right. Have been set up to lose, man. You know, because in that day, all right, men are going to be turning down, the men of the Lord are going to be turning down a lot of women, man, you know, and leaving them to the slaughter, man. All right. The Lord going to put a different spirit on his men, you know, and that's why we in the spirit of conquering lust now. All right. Because looks ain't going to make it in that day, man. It ain't just going to be about looks. All right. You have to have a different type of humility on you, man, in that day. All right. It says Isaiah 13:11. It says, and I will punish the world. All right, just from the brother GMS prayer, always hope for elect. Is Isaiah 13:11 says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. You see? And who's more proud? All right. And Esau, Edom, and all right, Miss Independent. All right. Whole timeline whole timeline on social media is talking about how independent she is, what she done did, her accomplishment, got a master's, bachelor's, doctorate, you know, got every degree, all right, that you can get from a college, you know, new cars, the G-Wagon, you know, proud as hell, man. You know, I ain't gotta wait on a nigga to buy me a person, you know. I be popping that shit, you know. But that's gonna cease, man. All right. When Eve getting that jaw checked on a regular basis, you see, when we Eve, all right, nigga just move in. Hey, it's gonna be like that. Like nigga just gonna move in. Like you independent, but it's gonna be niggas in that day. They just gonna move in. You see, and you fill in the blank. What's gonna be going on? All right, just like what's it, Rodney? I don't know, baby boy. All right, you gonna have 4 Rodneys just move in. All right, they ain't going nowhere. You see, because she mentioned the task force. Well, they already let you know what it's shortages in the police force. All right, they ain't gonna form no task force. They can barely have a regular patrol unit. You know, you had police retiring because of how chaotic it's been. You know, and then you have a lot of them retiring because of the mandates, man. So ain't gonna be no to task force to form, you know, for groceries. No, all right, because when this inflation goes up more and more, and see, the thing why it's an emphasis on food because that's what you buy the most frequent. When you recognize inflation through food prices, all right, you don't buy TVs every week. You see, you don't buy laptops and cell phones every week. You see, but you buy food often. All right. So that's gonna be the thing that's gonna be covered after is the food because that's what people buy the most often, man. You know, and so I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, man. You see, and because as this place breaks down, because you got to understand, Esau Edom is at a spiritual war. The spirit of Yahushua is on his ass, man. He ain't gonna have time to protect Eve in these days, man. All right, he's not gonna have time to protect, all right, Eve in this day, man. Miss Independent. He hyped you up, and you gonna be left out there, man. He's trying to hold up his kingdom, man. You see, this Isaiah 13:12 says, "I will make a man," and it's going to prove the men of Yahweh Shema Shai. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, and let's prove it. Because how is gold made precious? All right, through affliction. That's why we going through afflictions now, brothers. You see, to be made like this precious fine gold, man, was affliction that we have to constantly endure on a daily basis, man. You know, brother can get that. All right, and Sirach 2, I think it's 5. Sirach 2 and 5, just to prove that they're speaking. All right. Yeah, a brother can post Sirach 2 and 5 and just prove that their goal is speaking of men and it's men of the elect, man. All right. Get Sirach 2 and 5. And also, I think it's one more, you know, just to prove their point, man. Yeah, get Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse matter of fact, I read Wisdom of Solomon since it's that many. But let me get this. This is Isaiah 13 and 12. It says, I will make a man more precious, all right, than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And how is gold made precious? Through affliction. All right. That fire, man. You know, this is from the brother Memphis Yakanan. This is Sirach 2 and 5. It says, for gold, all right, is tried in the fire, and acceptable men, all right, in the furnace of adversity, man. So we're being purged now. We take these losses now. We're vexed now, you know, but that's building a particular character, man. All right, it's making us chafed in the spirit, man. You know, it's making us, you know, cold hearted. We don't have these emotions, man. You know, making decisions based off emotions. No, we're being tried, man, to be built up for this adversity, man. And we're gonna come out of this other side as they go. Now, when you read Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse yep, brother had put, all right. And I'll just read that. Yep. See that's how the spirit work, man. You know? That's how the spirit work. All right, let me put it down a little bit. All right, this is another one from the brother GMS Memphis Yakanan, and it says Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 5. It says, in having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for the Most High approved them and found them worthy for himself. Yeah, so we're being chastised, you know, but a little compared to the great reward we got coming, man. All we gotta do is stay down, man, because it's gonna, all right, these effeminate niggas, they gonna get ran through, the simps, all right, these so-called thugs, all right, they gonna get ran through. Then you gonna have, you know, these men that have masculinity, they gonna kind of, you know, maneuver through particular things. All right, then they gonna get ran through, man. You see? Because it's gonna get to the point where a standard gonna have to be lifted. And who is that standard gonna be lifted for, man? The men of Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right. You see? It's gonna get to a point where a standard will have to be lifted, man. Get that in 12. Get that in Zechariah 12 and 8. Now, let's get that in Zechariah. I want to say, make sure. Yeah, Zechariah 12 and 8. You know, brother can post it. And it says, and having been a little chastened, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace have he tried them, man. So those are going to be those men, all right, that's going to be made more precious, all right, than fine gold Ophir. You see? Yeah. It's the brother Yahweh's will, all right, in Testament 144. It says, and he shall sit as a refiner and pure. This Malachi 3 and 3. It says, and he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shai an offering in righteousness, man. and the Most High, you know, he's watching this process, you know, of us being, you know, tried, man, you know, until we're that finished product, all right, that he wants, man. This is from the brother Bayan Yasha'Allah, Zechariah 12 and 8. It says, in that day shall the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shai defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the Most High. All right, well, is the Alahayim Salakim, which is speaking of the angels, you know, and it's like it's going to say, is the Alahayim. It says, is the angel of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, before them. Yeah, so there's going to be a standard lifted, you know, to the men that have been tried and found worthy, man. There's going to be a standard lifted because that's what it's going to take, all right, to survive what's coming, man. You know, that standard and to be around that standard, you know, that's what your women are fighting for, man. All right, you sisters, that's what you're fighting for, man. You know, so this should be, you know, a lesson to motivate you to keep fighting, man. Keep doing right, man. You know, because I ended with brother put 2 Timothy 5 and 6. I know brother had put it up early, but I think it's deep off in the comment board. All right, let's get that 2 Timothy 5 and 6. You see, because it's a standard coming, and the elect, all right, will be protected, man. The men, all right, and the women of Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, are going to be protected, you know, by that standard, man. You know, because those men are going to have that their power, you know, to preserve, all right, those sincere women. You see, so it's all going to play into the favor, you know, of the elect. All right, but it starts now with our obedience. You see, I'm going to say 5 and 6. So like it, brother. If I say 4 and 6, 2 Timothy 5 and 6. Probably sure. I was saying, then she said this was happening, all right, in California. Now this is on the brother, the hopeful elect 3. It's 1 Timothy 5 and 6, and it says, "But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth." Yeah, because we were speaking on, you know, on the line earlier, you know, at camp. You know, as we were speaking on earlier. See, pleasure is not wicked. You see, pleasure itself is not wicked. You know, sex, wine, food, having resources. Those things are not wicked. But see, Esau, all right, he took the purpose out of it, you know, and just left the pleasure. See, pleasure was a part, you know, of those things. All right, especially dealing with sex, and it was because of what, man? To reproduce yourself over and over again. It was an incentive to keep reproducing yourself, to keep the earth populated. But Esau made these things to be worshiped. All right, and see, women, you know, the majority of these women, they want to be Miss Independent. Why? So they can have men in rotation. All right, no one telling them what to do. All right, no one, you know, having no responsibility of taking care, of caring for a man. You see, they can live life based on strictly their pleasures, man. All right, they go on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dates, a week, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trips, you know, a year. You see, being flown all over the country. See, yeah, it looked great. All right, your timeline looked cute. You see, but that's a dead woman walking. Because she's here with no purpose, man. All right. She's here with no purpose. She cannot be used for what Yahweh Shema Shai is trying to bring to the earth, which is a righteous kingdom, man. So she dead while she living, man. So at the end of the day, we have the instructions of life, man. Men and women have the instructions of life, man. And we're going to get to enjoy the pleasures of the earth and righteousness, man. You see? So that's why, it's important for us to be in order, man. So, Lord will, this was edifying, to you brothers, all right, and you few sisters out there. Just want to bring that out, as I seen that video, all right. So you got homestead heart, all right. You see, prophesying, man. You see, not prophesying, but speaking on prophetic events, showing you that prophecy is touching everything, man. But yeah, I think that'd be it. I'll wrap it up. Like I say, the water for you brothers and sisters tuning in. Hey, Kwam Yasha Allah, Bob Ball, DTA soon, man. We out of here. All right. Be wise, be circumspect. All right. Shalom. Yes, bro.